What's up, ball sniffers? Welcome back to another episode of the Loophole Podcast. I'm your host, Loopie. Alongside me are also your hosts, Jelani, Moonah, Crystal, and social media manager, Crypt3DX. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
I didn't even get to post the podcast link to the server, so...
I'll do it. I'm social media manager. That should be my job.
Okay. Thank you. So, we come bearing good and bad news. So the good news is we're all dressing up. So, from left to right, please display your costumes. Crystal.
What is up, Drama Alert Nation? I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's get right into the news. I'm the ghost.
You said host.
Did I say host?
You said
I'm
host.
your ghost, Killer Keemstar. I tried. Listen, this was a 5-minute thing, and I was like, I want Keemstar because he's looking for a new ghost. And then instead, I was like, well, this is like the depiction of his dead channel. So this is supposed to be a beard, but I had to work with it.
Crypt3DX, my beautiful girlfriend, what are you dressed as?
Pew pew shoot shoot. Oh fuck! I was in a pornography. I'm Chloe Decker from Lucifer. There's no better.
Hot Tub High School was not a pornography.
I mean, it was kind of. It was close. She flashed her tits.
Yeah,
come on now.
Maybe in one scene, which we actually never see because the movie doesn't actually exist.
No, it doesn't. See?
It's
the full like 3 days.
It's a
Loopie, can I just say something really quick?
What?
You are a hypocrite.
Cool. You're a gnome.
You're a liar and a hypocrite.
He's playing into the Keemstar role. What's up, Tux? Welcome to the stream, bro. Jelani Moonah, what are you dressed up as?
I'm dressed up as Black Panther from
Black
Panther. Wakanda.
Okay. Jelani, can I just one sec? I'm gonna let you finish, but 1 second. I just want to say, Loopie is a hypocrite. He's a liar, a thief, and a hypocrite.
Well, I am dressed up as Lucifer from the TV show Lucifer.
Nah, of course you are. Of course you're dressed up as the devil.
Social media.
I'm sorry.
Because we do shit a bit differently around here, now that I'm in charge.
Yes, so this is also the announcement where, Crypt3DX is the social media manager for the Loophole Podcast Instagram and the NI Clothing Instagram, which means that...
I basically just fucked up and posted that onto the NI one, so...
Oh. So what's going to happen is more posts will be coming to the Twitter and the Instagram. I forgot to give you the Twitter. I'm pretty sure it's the same password on Twitter. So yes, more things will be posted to the Twitter and the Instagram thanks to Crypt3DX. I was just curious. I was like, yo, would you do this? And she was like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
I don't trust Loopie, not as far as I can throw him. Let me just give my unbiased opinion. All of this is a money scheme. He's trying to take money from you. He's a liar and he's a hypocrite. Okay, let me take this off. I'm playing too far.
Keemstar, you look like a gnome. No.
Wait, Keemstar is black?
No way.
Oh.
Okay.
Y'all, guess what? I wasn't actually the ghost of Keemstar. I was actually Crystal with a football suit on.
Anyways. Hello.
Y'all didn't know that. Y'all really thought I was the ghost of Keemstar, didn't you?
Not really, bro.
Yeah.
But I was killing that shit. I said, hypocrite.
Hypocrite, liar, hypocrite. Bro, you should have you should have taken the time to call me a racial slur. That would have been funny.
Oh, and I don't like France. Wait. Wait.
Oh, he's gonna put him back.
And I hate France. I hate France and everybody in it. They're all liars, thieves, and hypocrites. Okay.
Hungry hypocrite. Sorry.
Oh, and by the way, I'm quitting. This is the end. I'm also leaving. I'm leaving YouTube.
Speaking of leaving YouTube, we come bearing bad news. The Loophole Podcast will see Jelani Moonah for the last day today. Jelani has been a great host, and we want to make it special for him. So, throughout the episode, we are going to be, just talking, randomly about different things. But at the same time, we're gonna reflect on like the 15 weeks that we've seen Jelani on the podcast. Or 17 weeks if you want to count the times where he wasn't a host. But yeah, man. So yeah.
Jelani, what made you come to this decision?
Well, see, the thing about it is I want to work on myself mentally. I want to be able to focus on a lot of things. I think it's gone to the point where I need a complete break from social media for a while because I think it would be better for me, especially when it comes to my schoolwork, as I am a senior in high school.
Let me stop you right there. You are a liar, a thief, and a hypocrite. Okay, I'm done. I'm serious. Okay, you can talk about school. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, I gotta focus on my schoolwork more, and because of that. What? Because I don't want to. I don't want to repeat the same mistakes as I did for junior year. So I think it would be good enough that I have a break, or I leave some stuff, and then maybe somewhere in 2022, maybe see if I can make a comeback. Because I never like to say the word no. I never like to say the word to a lot of when it comes to stuff, especially like this. But I think now is a good time for me to leave it for a bit, so that I can be the better Jelani, so that I can maybe, if there's a return, maybe it could be different. Maybe there can be a lot more good.
So you are planning a return?
Well, I'm not definite about it, but I don't want to say never. So,
yeah.
Possibility. It's probable, but it's not definite.
So,
I support your decision. Whatever you want to do, I support it.
Same.
I'm your friend. I got your back. So, whatever you want.
Hell yeah, bro.
Unless you ask me for heroin or something, you're like, hey, Chris, can I get some? No, I'm not doing all that. I can't help you in that front, but anything productive I can help you with.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you, Jelani. So, did this... Okay, so... This thought, the idea, okay, like, of wanting to end it. I know you've said that you were thinking about leaving social media for quite a while, and it's not the first conversation we have about this. But just to ask you, was this... Did you come up with this yourself, or did you talk with some people that gave you a perspective about that? Like what's up? Like we understand that, I guess we understand that you want to focus on yourself, but what, like, I don't know, what clicked in your brain? Is it, just basically, did you come up with this decision on your own?
Well, I mean, it's a bit of both, actually, because I've been thinking about this for quite a while. However, my schoolwork, my parents are gonna talk to me about it. Obviously, my parents are gonna say some stuff about, like, my schoolwork, and, like, with my grades kind of declining junior year. They're gonna target reasoning to why, and I mean I did focus more on the show. I did more on my schoolwork. So I mean there's that, but mostly it was from me, because I mean for me to be able to have a better future, I gotta have myself a better present. So I mean, and I always say that we ain't fucking with the past, we fucking with the future. However,
Yeah, that's true.
But the main thing you gotta consider is what's happening in the moment right now. What are some of the things that you can do in the present to change your future better? And this is one of those decisions that I unfortunately had to make. However, a better present will always equal to a future. So that's why I'm hoping that if I change myself now, I can come out of this as a better man. I could possibly maybe have something to show for them.
Yeah. It's like you have the things that you want to do, and then you have the things that you need to do. And it's like you have to juggle those in a certain way, and not a lot of people know how to juggle, you know what I mean? So it's better to just focus on what you need to do right now, and then once you get that done, I mean, it'll never stop, but once you have enough experience on that one thing that you need to do, you can start focusing on what you want to do. And I think that's smart. I think it's a smart decision, and you can come back if you want better and bigger than ever.
Yeah.
So,
what does Keemstar have to say about this? Just kidding.
Probably.
Oh, no.
I won't do it.
Probably hypocrite or something.
I don't know. He seems like he's been on one recently.
Details of my. So, I'm glad that you want to take this decision to focus on yourself, and I'm glad that it's not a matter of like just disappearing off of the face of the internet or the world, And it makes me feel better knowing the intention of your hiatus. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It didn't come out of nowhere. All right, we had conversations about this a bunch of times before. I was on your show for the last time. I had a talk with you after the show, before the show. You called me, we stayed in touch, and it's important to stay in touch because, with things like that, you always want to make sure that the person that makes such a big choice makes sure that it's the right one. So, what's up, Jay? Welcome to the stream. So, it makes me feel better knowing your intentions and knowing that if you get what you want out of this time off that you're taking for yourself and you feel like there is some kind of benefit, we'll be happy to welcome you again with open arms. Legit.
Oh yeah, of course.
I thank you for that.
Of course, man, bro. We're not gonna let you fucking disappear, right? And then once you come back, you're gonna be like in the last episode of The Fresh Prince, going like, "Where is everybody?" We're not.
Y'all remember what was his name? The old man. What was his name? He died.
Uncle Phil.
I think.
Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, "I love Uncle Phil." I always thought he was an asshole in that show.
Damn,
I was like, "Damn, Uncle Phil, you're like literally rich. Just give somebody some money."
I don't know. I like Uncle Phil. I never really watched Fresh Prince due to. Well, I mean, I did for a while, and I stopped due to things that I'm not going to get into.
I watched The Fresh Prince, and I was like, I didn't really get it all. I didn't get it.
Phone dying, can't stay long.
But
it's okay, Jay. Save your battery. Priority.
He can't stay long. Keemstar, what do you have to say about that?
Hypocrite.
Jay is a liar, a thief, and most importantly, a hypocrite. he just sits there and he just hypocrites. I'm sorry.
Babe.
Keemstar, you gotta go. You can't. Don't come back, please.
Babe, what are you doing?
Hmm?
What are you doing?
No, I'm just kidding. We got in a fight, bro.
You just got in a fight.
Bro.
Nice.
Oh my god. You know, whenever Keemstar said that he quit YouTube, he literally got the most likes on that tweet than he ever has on any other tweet.
Yeah. No, I wanted to celebrate, bro.
I was like,
it is. I mean, to me, I think it's logical that he has gone a lot more like tweet. I mean, I don't really know if this is accurate, but he is one of the most hated people on the internet.
yeah, literally he is. He's like the villain. And usually everybody likes the villain, but not this one. You know what I mean? Like, people like the Joker, and people like, you know, Cruella de Vil. They're making a movie about it, or they made a movie about it. But then you got Keemstar, who's just literally a real-life villain.
Yeah. Like, he was likable at some point for literally a brief couple months.
Nope,
But-
I hate it. I've always hated him.
I started really fucking hating him, like, in a very unforgivable way when it came to what happened with the whole Etika situation. And I've mentioned it so many times on the podcast before that, like, the whole Etika situation could have been avoided.
Hypocrite.
Could have been
Now,
avoided.
I see y'all are talking about me.
Fuck you, Keemstar.
Fuck me. You sit there on your high horse and you talk about me. That makes you a hypocrite.
No, honestly, for me, I remember, like, for me, it's like I never really liked him because of because of the whole pyrocynical situation. There's been, with the whole pyrocynical is a pedophile.
Yeah, the
Met up
doxing
with,
thing.
friend-
I don't know.
Yeah,
I just always there was that really old guy, and he used to play RuneScape. But literally, he'd just sit there and he'd play RuneScape, and he was old as shit. And then Keemstar made that video where he was like he's a pedophile and a rapist, and I mean all kinds of shit.
yeah,
And then it ruined that dude's life, and it wasn't even true.
yeah. I remember Glory and Gold. Yeah, I follow him on Twitch.
That's his name.
Yeah, he still streams to this day, bro. And there was like some other situation that happened like about a year ago, and I joined the stream to like show him my support, and he was like, Loopie, thanks for your support. Yes, he pronounced my name Loopie. But
Loopie.
like Rotzko.
yeah, no, but like it's different when it's a 70-year-old man, saying your name for the first time, than when it's someone in his 30s saying it. Okay, so like I gotta forgive. What was his name? Tony? No, it's not Tony. Yeah.
I don't remember. I know H3 made a video like exposing everything that Keemstar did, and it was like it just went. He literally had to make 3 parts. I was like, oh my god.
More, I think, because more went on afterwards, because they still fucking hate each other like no other, bro.
Yeah, but you see who came out on top.
H3.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh, you said H3. Here comes Keemstar.
On it.
Seriously.
Wow, H3, huh? He won't even come into the boxing ring with me. He's a liar, a thief, and a hypocrite.
Hello, Crypt3DX. Hi.
I'm the ghost of Keemstar. It was a cooler outfit when I actually had it on, but you know what? He's a thief.
He's a hypocrite.
He's a hypocrite.
Hello, everybody. I'm your ghost, Killer Keemstar. Welcome back to Drama Alert Nation. Let's get right into the news. He's a hypocrite. Sorry. Okay.
Okay.
But I do have a debatable question when it comes to Keemstar, however. That question is possible for Keemstar to
No.
after all the controversy.
No.
He's not gonna. This is what's gonna happen. he did that little "I'm gonna retire" thing. It was obviously clickbait because he's still here. And then once it comes time for him to leave, he'll probably take like a small break, and he'll have like another host the show. And then he's gonna come right back. He's gonna be like, they didn't like blah blah blah, so I'm back. Keemstar, he's tried to leave before, and it never works. Like, he lives to make people feel like shit. That's his whole, like, he loves that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's what gets him paid, because views equal money, and when it comes to YouTube drama, it is a big market because everyone wants it.
Jelani, let's get back to you leaving though.
Okay.
Just real quick, I got another question. What do you say to all the people who watched you and they're gonna miss you? They're gonna be like, man, why are you going? Why are you leaving? Like, what do you say to them?
Actually, that's kind of something I've been thinking about. A lot of people in my school kind of say some stuff to me about how the show, and a lot of others, like so many people have been DMing me. I've been commenting like under the post where I mentioned about the show, and the thing I have to say is that I don't want them to worry. I don't want them to feel sad, because I want them to at least realize that it's something that had to happen, and that it's not gonna last forever, and it's not like because of that, the ending of it might not be, because there might be something new that might around like 2 or so, if decide that, and I do want, like, it's kind of more of a, don't be sad that it's over, be happy that it happened, be even happier if it happens again. And also, during this time, I want people to make their own version of my show, do what I have, so that for the viewers of my show, they can at least have a similar experience, like a similar feel. I know, like, some people have told me that it won't be the same, and I understand that, but just to at least have a similar feel of what it was, and maybe others can grow from it as well, because I like the idea of inspiration. I like when people get inspired by things and it makes them successful, because that's just how the world should be. The world is built on inspiration. It's built from one idea. One idea gets turned into 1,000 ideas, and that gets turned into 1,000,000 ideas, and that gets turned into 1,000,000,000 ideas. So, honestly, I want that. Those are the two things I want, like, to say to my viewers. That always be happy, never be sad, and always be inspired by everything that has been.
Yeah, just last night. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, because just last night I was watching this movie. It was called Dune, and I was like, oh my god. I couldn't get into it because I didn't understand it. You know what I mean? But I was trying my best to, like, watch it, and then around, like, the middle part, something happened, and it didn't have anything to do with the movie, but it, like, an idea popped in my head, and I was like, whoa, that would be a good movie. So I turned that off, and then I just wrote down, like, this whole movie, and I want to film it. It's called Black Bottom. So so you're like, oh, that's a dumb name. Okay, well, listen, this is why it's called Black Bottom. I'm sorry, I get so deep into this. So it's gonna be about a strip club, okay? And the strip club is based back in back when racism was happening, right? And all of the strippers are black, but they're slaves. They don't get paid, so they're slaves and they're strippers because they're black. And the main stripper, they call her Black Bottom because she goes out there and shakes her ass, right? And it's like a horror movie where it's, like, really fucked up, and it's, like, really psychologically evil. and like all these white men. I have this image of all these white rich men go in and they're watching these slaves, these black women, and like I don't know, it's gonna be really good. And they're gonna be like, introducing blah blah blah, and her big black bottom, you know what I mean? And then she comes out and like it's really fucked up because she has to dance for these people, and I don't know. It's great. It's gonna be fucking great.
You know, actually,
And that's why it's called Black Bottom.
You should be a writer when you grow up.
And like it's also fucked up because I want the back of the shop, they have like a hole where they bury the strippers, and it's black. It's like a long black bottom, because when the strippers don't do the right thing, of course they get discarded. You know what I mean? And then also there's gonna be like I don't know. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fucking great. She's gonna be addicted to drugs.
Damn, bro. 911 was your emergency.
No, actually,
No,
I feel like that.
Oh,
that
my
sounds
fucking
terrible.
bro, my fucking monitor just overheated again.
I'm gonna go put up Keemstar. I'm gonna retire him really quick.
Okay.
Y'all wanna come with me?
Like, you're gonna retire him like he retired himself.
Yeah. I'm gonna retire Keemstar.
Yo, so
I'm your host.
apparently, Crypt3DX, you had a wiki
Mhm.
page made about you.
I have to leave. I'm getting out of here. I'm leaving. I mean, I just can't do YouTube anymore. It's getting to be too much. It's too easy for me. You know what I mean? So I'm getting out of here.
Yeah,
That's it. And also, Loopie, I just want to say before I go, you're a hypocrite.
A liar, a thief, and a hypocrite.
Okay.
Let's.
That is what he sounds like, though. I never understood people that liked him. Okay, what'd you say? Wiki page? Wiki feet? What'd you say?
Yeah, wiki page was made about wiki feet. What?
Wiki
That
feet?
exists.
It's not. That's definitely not what happened. But hey, do not point that gun to your head, please. Thank you.
But yeah,
Sugar
I
water.
do have a wiki page.
What? How did you get a wiki page? I want one.
Well, I mean, someone has to create it. And you could even create it yourself.
Yes.
So, I want to do that. How do I do that?
Well, we'll figure it out after the podcast.
I think you just make an account and then, like, you have to make an account and I think some.
I'm a wiki page editor. I've edited tons of wiki pages. I've made tons of them. So.
Will you make me one?
Yeah, sure.
Do
I'll
you know,
I'll make like a whole podcast Wikipedia.
Cool.
Okay, because wait, do I have to send you information like how old am I and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll send you all the information and then just write a long one about me and then put my mom in there and say that her name's Mama Crystal.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I'll be like, Mom, you won't believe this. I don't know who did this.
I don't know who.
Give her the credit at least.
Well, well, to my mom though, I want to. Oh, I spilt my fucking liquor.
Damn, bro.
Damn it! That's the worst case scenario, y'all. Damn it!
Well,
Okay.
don't you have?
I would like to segue, alright? Like, this whole, like, thing. I would like to segue to reflecting
That made me
about...
so angry. Get Keemstar back out here. That's how mad that made me.
Like, reflecting about, you know, what happened during the podcast when, you know, Jelani was there. I got one good story. A couple good stories. Actually, a lot of... Wait, like... Yeah, just like a couple stories about like what happened when Jelani was there. I don't know if y'all have any, like, you know, like anything to reflect on about Jelani on the podcast.
Jelani is just great.
He is.
Jelani he's a good, great. I don't like talking about him like he's not here. Jelani, you are a great, good person. I've liked having you from day one because I can just say something, right? Like I could literally bring up any topic, which I do, and then you start and you talk about it as if that's what you wanted to talk about too. Does that make sense? Like
Yes.
I could be like,
Well,
I could be like, oh, I like that leaf, and then you'll be like, oh, by the way, leaves, and then we can go and we'll just let you talk. It's like you make the job easier.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
And how
I've been
quick?
told that.
Sorry, Jelani. Go ahead.
No, it's fine.
No.
I was just gonna say that it's something that I've been told before, and I appreciate the compliment.
Yeah, bro. Like, how quick we can change the topic as well. Like when it's not like when we're running out of things to talk about, because we never really run out of things to talk about. We just continue talking about the same thing that we know. We have so many different openings to different topics. Jelani is already like one step ahead of us. Sometimes he's already going on to a different topic, and we're like, holy shit, this is great. And sorry, Crib just changed.
And
No, sorry, Crib just changed lightings and looked great. Well, you did like some good playing thing. Anyways, so like his ability to like change topics in the moment and like know how to like control the time as well is just a breath of fresh air, because we know where we're at, and it's not like we're running out of shit to talk about.
Another thing about you, Jelani, is that okay, so I used to surround myself with yes people. I think I've said that before.
Yep.
And now I surround myself with people like you. You challenge my way of thinking, right? Like I might say something, I'm like this and this, and I'm expecting yes, of course, but instead you say no, we'll think about this, and I'm like, oh yeah, that is true. You know what I mean? Like you don't just say yes, like you're like, well, think about it in this perspective, and you lay it out for me in a different way, which I like. I love that shit. I don't know. It's sad. It's sad that you've made this decision, but it's all right.
We support you.
It's okay.
Yeah.
And while you're gone, what we can do, Loopie, listen, while Jelani's gone, we can we can put a camera up right here. We'll have
Mine is over
I have
there.
a whole family.
He's not as good as Jelani, but we can make it work.
Crank, Frank, Plank, Orion,
Luke.
and Catherine.
Crypt has 5 pet rocks. Chris, you need to step your game up.
I only need one. He's enough for me.
I have
It's
one
enough for
pet
me.
rock. He is not named until I upload the vlog about him, so I will not be showing you guys the pet rock until the vlog is uploaded.
You know what I was thinking about the other day? I was thinking about Kid Behind. You know who Kid Behind the Camera is?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well, it turns out I was wrong. I've always thought that he was right, because he was, helping his family and stuff, and he's been getting into these fights with his family members, like Charlie and Tina and, all these people. And I got to thinking like, oh yeah, of course he's right, because he's has more success and all that. And then I dug deeper into it, and I was like, wait a fucking second. He's wrong. Kid Behind the Camera is the one in the wrong, and I've always thought that he was the one in the right. I just changed that recently because he posted something on Twitter. He said that he is gonna start being more open, that him and his wife have threesomes. And then I was like, so who in God's name is going to voluntarily have a threesome with those people? And then I was like, because he's got to pick up the stomach and stuff, and like he's like, hold up, let me, if I move it in this position, you can kind of see it, and so what he's doing, and he's paying these people, and then it got me thinking, is prostitution wrong? Is that a bad thing?
Prostitution?
I'm sorry. How did we start talking about that?
Oh, I was
How the
because
fuck?
listen. Sex workers, it's totally fine, right? Like I think that being a stripper and stuff is okay.
No.
But what?
I'm sorry. How do we go from like talking about how great Jelani is of a host and that we love him and we're gonna miss him and shit to talking about prostitution? And
Well, you know what? Well, you know what?
No, stop me. Y'all need to stop me when I go on tangents.
I have to stop you there. I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead, Jelani.
Well, like E. Christo said, like he mentioned how I'm able to change topics, like I'm a step ahead, or like you said. No, I think E. Christo is understanding the way of changing a topic very quickly, and I can understand like what he's talking with prostitution.
Yeah.
Because,
Good,
like,
yeah, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it is a debatable thing. Because I was actually thinking about it a while ago. Like I was thinking about if it really is wrong. Like, what is wrong about it specifically? Because to me, honestly, what my opinion is, I think the reason why it's wrong is because of the trafficking. A lot of underage, a lot of pedophilia goes on. A lot of drugs go on. Well, what I mean is like there's no consent. No consent with it, and when it's unconsensual, then it becomes like rape, sexual assault, and
See,
like,
when I was much younger, I worked at Hooters because I was fat, and they made me put on a bra because I had man titties. And I'm just kidding. That's not true.
Okay.
I'm okay.
We're going beyond fucking holy shit.
Good thing
bro.
I spilt that liquor. I spilt that liquor for a
Good
reason.
thing. Yeah. That's funny, bro. Man, do you guys have any other notable moments from Jelani? Like,
Jelani's presence is just amazing.
yeah, definitely. I mean, Crypt,
I have too many.
Crypt,
I got too many moments.
Crypt, you were watching the podcast, like every podcast episode from the moment that he became a host, because as soon as he became a host, we got together. So
Thanks, Jelani.
you basically saw everything from the beginning of like when Jelani became a host up till now, and now you're on the podcast. So I mean, anything notable?
From the back of my head, I cannot remember most things because I get really distracted in my thoughts sometimes, like how Loopy looks right now. But I just find Jelani, you're just a freaking amazing force, and stop unzipping your jacket.
I'm sweating. Okay.
I'm sweating.
Legit, I'm fucking sweaty. Okay,
Well, there's something about the way you just do things. You know what I mean? Like yesterday.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't yesterday. What did I call you, Loopy?
You called me on Sunday.
Okay, so I was watching your video on Sunday. It was the day after the podcast, and it was on your YouTube channel or something. And you played this music, and then you slowly walked into frame, and then you were staring at the camera waiting for your cue, and then once your cue happened, you were like, boom, you snapped into character, and you were like, hi, it's Jelani Moonah, and welcome to Jelani Moonah Show. And I was like, no one else could do that. You know what I mean? Like, no one else can do it like that. So yeah, like what you were saying is you do want to inspire people and things like that. But also, I don't think there's no way that anybody else could do it like you do. And it made me so, I can't even think of the word. It made me so energized watching that I had to call Loopy and talk about it.
Yeah, unfortunately,
You know what I mean?
I had to tell him the bad news, because
Yeah, that's what he told me. He was like, oh, by the way, he's leaving. And I'm like, what?
yeah, it was sad, bro. It was really sad because E Crystal was so excited to tell me, bro, we gotta help Jelani Moonah, and I was like, while he was talking, I have not.
I had so many ideas. When I seen that, it gave me so many ideas, and I was like, we could literally help him to the point of he gonna be the new Ellen type shit. And then Loopy was like, but I'll stop you right there. He's quitting. And I was like, it's like, what the fuck?
Actually, you know what? You know, if there's ever a return, I want you to at least like give me ideas. Possible in 2022, I may be back.
Here's the problem with 2022, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. That new Harry Potter game is coming out in 2022, so it's gonna be very hard to get me to do things with you, because that Harry Potter game, that's gonna be my new life. I'm gonna make a life, and I'm gonna live in that game. So me now, I'm just gonna be a fat, gross pig. I'm just gonna be, nasty looking, pimples. I'm gonna stop taking care of myself because I'm gonna put all of my effort and energy into that Harry Potter game.
But you said good black don't crack.
I'm gonna crack. Well, the good black don't crack because good blacks take care of themselves, but I'm not gonna take care of myself no more.
Damn, bro.
As soon as that Harry Potter game comes out, I'm just gonna be. That's all I'm gonna do. That's it.
Well, I hope we get to see you again on the podcast. It would really suck not to have you on the podcast.
Who, me? No, it was a joke. I'm joking. I'm not gonna quit the podcast.
Yeah.
This is all let me tell y'all something. Y'all think y'all might be like, sorry, Chris has a life. Chris does not have a life. This is what Chris does. And I'm saying Chris because I'm E Crystal, right? It's like I'm a different person when I'm on camera than when I am in real life. All Chris does is sit down and write videos for E Crystal. That's it. Right? And then once E Crystal is filming, all he does is drink and try to make people laugh. So that's my life.
Mm. I actually didn't think
it's weird, actually.
Loopy is,
literally, that's weird.
Dylan is writing Loopy's music and videos.
Yeah. Because if I sit here and be myself, then it would just be the most boring, it'd be the most boring thing. But I think it's good to separate the fake from the real, right? Because if I'm constantly living in this fantasy of I'm E Crystal, then I'll lose touch with reality, and I'll start painting the walls and shit, because that's some shit E Crystal would do. Is he'd be like, all right, so today, hey, what's up, you guys? Yes, and then I'd start painting the walls and shit, and oh god, it'd be terrible. So I have to separate that reality from me.
Do you feel like it is a good lifestyle? Does it make you happy? Is it useful?
It makes my character happy, right? So so I'll give you an example. So I'm sitting down on the couch and I'm watching Dr. Phil. Okay, this is Chris. I'm sitting down watching Dr. Phil, and Dr. Phil says, there's something about when people just like to watch other people, and it's just interaction. And then I'm like, oh, okay, so people like to watch other people. And then I got to thinking, I was like, I should make a reaction channel, because it's not, I used to think that being a reaction person is just lazy. But then it made me think lonely people want to experience something with other people. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if I'm alone all the time and I'm like, oh, I just watched this movie, I think it was really cool, I wish somebody else watched it with me. I wish I knew what other people thought about this. And then you can just go on YouTube and you can experience what other people think about that. So then I was like, I'll make a fucking reaction channel. So I start writing down and making channel art and all this. So now every Tuesday I do this reaction channel. And then, what was your question?
Oh, if it's useful to you, and because I was going to I was going to go into this thing where why don't
it's very useful.
Why don't you make this fantasy a reality? And
because that's the thing. Okay, E Crystal, my character is so out off the wall. Okay, it's not I don't enjoy being off the wall all the time. It's very draining. You know, like sometimes I'll do something, I'll make a video, and it takes me 2 hours to film the video. So I had 2 hours of footage to edit, and I edit it down to about 10 minutes, you know, because I'm just constantly going when the camera is on. I'm going. And then finally, once that camera's off, it's like, oh my God. And you feel so drained, and just trying to imagine doing that all the time, I'm just putting on this act, you know. It's terrible.
But
but it's fun while I'm doing it, and I like to laugh at it. You know, I like to sit down and laugh and enjoy it.
What stops you from being the embodiment of what you're acting as? Like, because let me give it to you like this, right?
If
it's enjoyable during the moment, you have to have some sort of like pride to something that you created and that you're posting, you know, to the public. So so you have, let me give you an example. So there's Ariana Grande, right? Just a random Ariana Grande. She goes to the studio and she'll make music and shit like that, right? You think when Ariana Grande goes to the studio, she's wearing all of her dresses and stuff, and her hair is all up, and she's got makeup on, and she's ready? No, she goes to the studio.
Does.
Well, what we see, but she actually, I'm sure she'll go to the studio looking a mess and having, you know, a sweatsuit on or something like that. And then when we see her on stage or out in public, you know, she's dressed up in this extravagant stuff, and she's putting on this show. She's entertaining people. I don't want my MO, my whole life, to be set around entertaining people, right? I want to have me still. I still want to be me, but E Crystal's the person that I put out there to entertain. Like even right now, I'm still E Crystal because I can see myself. Like that camera is on me, so does that make sense?
I could name one person who does the complete opposite to what you like used as an example. When it came to Ariana Grande, I can name one person who is the same on set and off set. Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
The dude, without wanting to, will entertain people. You'll see Adam Sandler in public playing basketball with some people that he doesn't even fucking know. Why? Because
I know a few other people that
he's letting his like entertainment self be part of him, kind of thing.
Like, for instance, Robin Williams, he used to do that too. And it gets to be so much that you step back and you're like, wow, I've really dedicated my entire life to entertaining people. And then it gets to you. It starts to eat at you. Like, I don't even like to talk about my real job. Like, E Crystal, me, I'll throw out some crazy stuff. I'll be like, yeah, I'm doing this or I'm doing this. And then, but in all reality, I have a job where I have a work from home job, and I do it every day, you know. And then when I'm not doing that, I write down videos and stuff, and then I come into character. But if I was to take this person and put it in my everyday job, it would be like I'd get fired like that.
And so
leave it at the door, man. You got to leave it at the door.
It's like every week.
And also, right? When people, like, sometimes I'll read comments and they're like really rude. Like this last video that I uploaded, it was called My Ghost Story, and I was telling this, it was just simple, just me, E Crystal, sitting down telling a ghost story, and like I just got flooded with like all these hate comments, and I'm like, what the hell? Why are people really hating on me right now for just telling a ghost story? So I had to disable the comments. But I disabled them for my character, right? Because I don't want them to interfere with that. But it doesn't affect Chris. It doesn't affect me, right? Because I'm not that person. They're talking about him. I'm this guy. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I just hope, I just hope, because like I personally myself, I could not imagine myself separating from myself when I'm in the middle of entertaining people, because I'm very much my
No.
like I'm very
It
much my
has
persona.
That's good as well. I don't
And
normally
also-
really.
Chris, I couldn't.
Huh?
Okay, so like, and I have different beliefs, right? Like, I have a lot of very strong. My real me. I have a lot of very strong beliefs, right?
Mm.
So like, I believe, or I'm not gonna say what I believe because I would get canceled like that. Like, if I was to really come out here and speak my truth, you know, I would get canceled. And E Crystal is he's very be kind and PC, you know, and very happy and stuff like that. And I don't know, I just, it's weird because you have to put on this brand friendly person, but you got to also be kind of edgy, a little funny, but don't go too far, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's weird.
My nan just walked in and looked at me weird. I wonder why.
Because I mean,
But
see, if you didn't have the blood thing on your forehead and under your lip, you wouldn't have been looked at weird. All right.
It's not Halloween without a little bit of cool.
Yeah.
Eh.
I mean, it's not Halloween yet. So I mean, sorry,
that is weird to think about, though. It really is. Jelani, do you have that
You
same
look
thing?
amazing,
Like,
baby.
do you have that whenever you're on camera? Are you just 100% yourself, or do you put on a little show?
I mean, depends on what for. Because, I mean, sometimes it could be for an acting. Like my friend Saint likes to do like have me act for like a character. But if you're talking about like the show, if I put on a character for the show, I don't put a character for my show. I tell what is myself. I tell what is happening. I mean, there have been times where I put on the character, but it sucked. It was very terrible.
It is
But-
draining. It is very draining.
I couldn't imagine myself personally like separating myself from this persona, which I very much am. I would rather have people look up to me more than a character that I put on. Like I want I want to be the you know, the type of guy that like puts some kind of good impact on other people. And it's not to like shit on anybody else, all right? Like I'm sure, you know, everything will go well for everybody, but I personally would rather have people look up to me rather than something I created.
And that's the thing is, I put out content every week on now 2 channels. So because I want what I create is what people look up to. You know, I want what I put out is what people are liking. Not me. I mean, of course, I want people to relate a little bit to this character, like, because I take pieces and bits from things that I like, right? So I like Emma Chamberlain, so every once in a while I might just fucking sit in the kitchen and make some coffee, and I don't know. And then I like Dachi, I like his craziness, so I take a little bit of that. Or I like Shane Dawson and his fucking a cat, so I take some of that. You know, and like...
Oh, you don't? I hope.
Yeah, I take a little bit of that, you know. I got my cat in there, she's tripping. So...
I thought it was a guy.
also... Oh, he, just don't gender classify my cat.
Well, I mean,
So-
last week you did call your cat a male from now on because,
Also,
doctor.
it's like, I want to say this in a way that where you understand it. What is that crunching noise?
Sorry, I really wanted
Oh
to
my god, that's loud.
I apologize. I really wanted to be discreet with it.
So, way back in the day, when I first started my YouTube channel, I've been doing this for 5 years. So when I first started, I was working at Farmers Insurance, and I was a claims representative. And I started to embody, you know, the character that I was putting on. So I made a vlog every day for 165 days. I would make a vlog every single day. I'd come on, boom, how are you guys doing? E-Crystal here, and yes. And then boom, the next day, how are you guys doing? E-Crystal here, and yes. And I started to become E Crystal in my head, I swear. And I started drinking a lot and hanging out more and talking to all these people. And that's when my life started going downhill. Is when I started to embody this character as me. And then once I got out of bullshit, I was like, okay, so that was a horrible idea, and I should never do that again, because that's not who I am. And every day I was so exhausted. And so I slowed it down. I started making a vlog when I wanted to, or a video when I felt like it. And so that's kind of what I'm doing to this day. Like, I'll have random spikes of motivation where I'm like, okay, so this week I can do a video. I can do 3 videos this week, and then I'll post 3 videos that week. Or the next month I might be like, ooh, well, I could do it twice or once this week. It's weird. It's strange.
So, I'm gonna go back to the whole Jelani Moonah thing, because, I mean, it is an episode about him, right?
Yeah, sorry, I got
Don't worry, bro. Don't worry. It's a podcast. That's what it's for, bro. Seriously, nothing to worry about. So I want to like talk about like the beginning, like few episodes when Jelani was on the podcast. I think the first time he was a host on the podcast, it was just me and him on an episode.
Yeah,
I think
it was just you and him. I'll be honest with you. This is why. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this guy. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like Jelani. I never met him before or anything, you know.
You did that.
And I'm always really because I'm always nervous, you know. When I first meet somebody, I'm like, are they gonna hate me? You know what I mean?
Bro,
so then I watched the first episode with just you and him.
Yeah. And
I was like, you know what? I like this guy. And then when I came on and I started talking to him, I was like, I like him even more.
But you did meet him as a guest.
I know, but it's different when you're so when you're a guest, you know, it's different than when you're a host. That makes sense. Because instead of me talking about him, I'm talking with him.
Yeah, but you know, you got to know Jelani better. I thought that would be giving you a bit more of like a basis on, you know, like what's up. So, what happened on the first episode that I had Jelani on? Crypt can vouch for me because, you know, she was in chat when it all happened. Mike had sent me a few items, such as a bag of Cheerios.
Yeah.
Or not a bag of Cheerios. I'm sorry, a bag of hot Cheetos and Chick-fil-A sauce. And I still have it saved somewhere. I mean, it literally the podcast. I could just go back on the podcast. You know, the episode that I had.
Oh, I should have baked the cake. We should have baked the cake for Jelani.
I'm not hungry, but.
Love these for Jelani.
Hey.
Jelani, this is for you.
I'll pour one out for you, bro.
I ain't pouring shit. I'll drink one for you. I ain't pouring nothing out. No.
I'm dedicated like that. I'll pour it.
This little ice cream thing can be for Jelani. It's melted, but
hey,
that's okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate everything that all of you doing. I love it.
Loopie, babe, drawing.
We'll get to that in a second. Let me finish my story, please.
Well, hold on. Let's get to that now.
No. I'm literally in the middle. No, bro. I'm literally in the middle of a story. I'm literally in the middle of a story, bro.
I want to be.
I'm literally in the middle of a story, bro. Sorry. I kind of need to take control of the podcast because I planned the podcast to go a different direction this time around. I'm not being mean to anybody.
Being mean to me too. Let's both be mad at him.
I'm just trying to take control of my of the podcast. So
this cigar tastes like dirt. What you do to my cigar?
Jelani and I were inspecting this thing that I had never tasted or seen before. This alienated food, such as a hot Cheeto, which I actually ended up liking, right?
Third world France.
Shush. But what else I had in that box was something like no other. It was a nice little tab, something maybe this big, of Chick-fil-A sauce. I had never tasted something like this before. I never understood what a Chick-fil-A sauce even meant until I looked
They're
at the ingredients.
homophobic.
How did you? So until I looked at the
Oh, wait,
ingredients.
I know what he's talking about. Because
Thank you, Jelani.
Chick-fil-A is
because,
homophobic,
like,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because like Chick-fil-A donated
Okay, I'm gonna read to you guys the ingredients of the Chick-fil-A sauce.
Wasn't it like cane in there, like sugar cane or some shit?
Soybean oil, sugar, barbecue sauce, tomato paste,
I
corn
wrote a
syrup,
poem for Jelani
vinegar,
too.
natural hickory smoke flavor, caramel, spices, garlic, onion, natural flavor. Get to that in a second. Paprika, water, mustard seed, paprika, garlic, lemon juice, concentrate,
They're gonna sue you.
cider, salt, egg yolk, and contains eggs. They put that in big at the end so that you don't forget that there's eggs inside of this Chick-fil-A sauce. It was
People are allergic to eggs.
yeah. It was fucking disgusting. I tried it out on live with Jelani Moonah in there. He was the witness to this. It was fucking disgusting. And that's when
What? You didn't like Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A sauce, the sauce.
sauce.
I never tried the Chick-fil-A food before because I wasn't sent that. I was only sent Cheetos and the Chick-fil-A sauce.
Hold up. I don't like how you're talking about my damn Chick-fil-A sauce. Let me show you something.
Chick-fil-A sauce is fucking
So you can-
disgusting,
Oh,
bro.
you have that on you?
I want you to understand how much me and Chick-fil-A we be hitting it off like that.
You got the
Me and
Bro, I'm about to
Chick-fil-A,
run from the camera like in the
We
fucking
go
morning
way
show,
back.
bro. What? Seriously, bro?
Bro, me and Chick-fil-A go way back.
Chick-fil-A sauce, bro. I got sent like a little tiny little shit, right? A tiny little shit.
Mhm.
E-Crystal has a whole fucking bottle of it. I'm fucking done with this, bro.
Oh, well, maybe you're spoiled on the way. You know what I mean? Maybe it was like a little spoiled because that Chick-fil-A sauce be hitting. That shit hit different.
Yeah, it'd be hitting my fucking intestines and making me throw up, bro.
Oh yeah, that episode was one of the funny.
That was when I knew that we would be having fun with Jelani, bro. And then when all the hosts were there, remember when I tried the fucking spices?
Oh yeah,
You still have them.
I still have them.
All right,
I think I
Jelani.
know. Oh yeah, and I remember with the what was it named, like the bean challenge?
Bean Boozled. Oh.
Bean Boozled?
Yeah, bean boozle.
I know where this is
with
going.
the bean boozle challenge.
I know what this
Yeah,
is.
I remember specifically. I made a comment about that. Like they should make a new flavor with like menstrual blood.
Oh, that's
I
great.
remember that.
That
I remember that.
you almost made my girl hate you, bro. At that point.
Ew. Menstrual blood. You know, that's a natural thing, isn't it? So we shouldn't be hating on it like, well, I guess poop is gross and it's natural. Well, I don't know.
Well, speaking of natural, there was natural flavor in that Chick-fil-A sauce, and I about nearly fucking threw up and died. So I mean, like that shit was fucking toxic, bro.
I hate this. We can't just be bashing on. This is supposed to be
I'm
about
sure-
Jelani. Jelani,
No.
I wrote you a poem.
Oh shit! A poem.
I
wrote
wrote you a poem. Yes, I wrote you a poem because you're leaving, and I wanted to express, how much I care about you. So I wrote you a poem. Hold, let me get it. Okay. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I left my poem in my mom's car.
Okay.
That's it. Thank you. Thank you. But it's
That was the
meaningful,
best
you
poem
know.
I've ever heard.
It's me. Like, really think about the meaning behind that, you know. Because if I came to you and told you I got a poem, right, that means I'm a little crazy. And then also the meaning behind it is like, I left it in my mom's car, which means, you know, I'm unorganized, and it's got meaning behind it.
Damn, bro.
Mr. Morningstar, would you like to share?
I would like to share something that I did not create. However, I would like to share something that the detective has made. Jelani, Moonah, we have a surprise for you. And I would like detective over there, Crypt 3DX or Chloe Decker, to share with the class.
Let me find it!
Are you looking for it?
Yeah,
Oh, so it's gonna take a little while, right?
maybe.
Okay, so are there any other like funny moments that we had with Jelani, Moonah? Like, I know, you know, it was
There's a bunch. There's a bunch of moments. I don't ever, you know. I do.
I know, like, I mean, the spices thing, when you tried the spicy version challenge, you know, that one where you had to take the Carolina Reaper one.
Oh, I wait, twice?
I think it was twice. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was twice. We made you do it again.
No
Yeah,
fucking
'cause
way.
It went with the Carolina
Okay, it's
Reaper.
fine. I'll just send it on my phone.
Okay,
I'll just-
alright, so, wait, babe, just send it to me through DMs, and I'll, like, do a screen share of it so that, like,
I don't think it's that good. Personally.
What is it? What happened? Is this for Jelani?
this is for Jelani.
I'm excited. What is it?
I personally think that it is great. I will show you in about a minute. Oh, okay. You added some details that I did not see. Okay. All right. So.
Is this trafficking? What is this?
What?
If y'all busted, what? Okay, so I just imagined like a group of really big black people busting in Jelani's room and like just grabbing him so he can't
And
leave.
just taking him away.
And,
Like they start to walk into the closet and realize it's the wrong door, and then walk to the other side of the room.
yeah, they're like, here's your surprise, Jelani, and he's like screaming in the background.
No, just male strippers walking.
And then they like literally force him, like they set him up in front of a green screen and force him to make his show.
He got in like one of the he got in one of the windows and came out of the other one that's like super close to that one window.
Yeah. No.
You know, that is funny because there's always, you know, because if you've watched my show, there's a guy named Roscoe who's always mentioning he was gonna hijack my show. So
Yeah, no.
I mean, if that,
I'm gonna do a tribute video. I've decided. I'll do a tribute video.
A best of video is definitely coming out, I guess. So.
Jelani, would you be upset if I do a tribute video for you? Just
no,
in like,
why would I?
Okay.
I don't know, just maybe
My
like
heart
in the
will go on in
beginning
the back on like.
of an E Crystal video. What am
Okay.
I looking at here?
I'm
Oh,
sharing.
never know.
I'm sharing with the class, Jelani, Moonah.
Oh, you drew him. Why can't I see you guys?
Hey.
I love it.
Okay, wait. Let's just put Jelani Moonah on full screen right now. You'll see him on full screen on YouTube. Bro, what do you think about the drawing that she made?
I loved it.
Hey.
I love it so much.
Hey, you know, it shows, you know, just about, you know, how much we care, you know, obviously. So I'll be sending it to you on Instagram, okay? You can post it, credit her, and, you know, all this good stuff. I guess we'll post it on the podcast, like the podcast Instagram as well, because, you know, you are, you know, still part of the podcast, you know. Like you'll always have a place in the podcast, and like I've said, you're more than welcome to to come back to the podcast at any time, even during your hiatus, to give us like some kind of update or whatever. Or you're bored as fuck. You have nothing to do. Just come on, bro. Like think of it as some fucking gathering, bros.
All right, Crip, me and you got beef. We got beef.
Oh.
What?
And let me tell you why. Why is it that everybody else gets art? I don't get no art. You just treat me like I'm spoiled milk, right? Just throw me out.
You know what? I do have a commission. I paid someone $25 drawing. And I think I can ask them if they could draw you.
Really? I was joking. I'm just kidding.
Well, you made her leave, so I'm kind of concerned now. Come back, baby. Come back. I don't know what.
It did start one.
Oh, yeah, sorry. There's an airplane going by. I can't hear you. There's an airplane.
So.
I did start one. I need to
Fucking
finish it, Crystal.
Here, I'm gonna.
We can't even hear the airplane.
Yeah, maybe that's why he muted it. It's an airplane.
Yeah, but we couldn't even hear it anyways.
We're good now.
Yeah.
It was loud, dude. It was like it got loud as I muted it.
You probably got the noise suppression on then.
Well, we live right by an airport. It's called, I can't say, but it's constantly, there's always airplanes that come by.
That's what airports are for.
They get real low because they're landing. It's like a military base or some shit. I don't know.
Damn, bro.
So if we get bombed, right? You know, like whenever people get bombed, they always go after the military bases. I'm gone. Like I'm gonna get blown the fuck away. So I need to start investing in a bunker. You know, like those bunkers.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think that you have to deal with that for like a while in your life, because.
All right, Jelani, this is the part of the show where I'm gonna try to make you change your mind. All right, think about this, right? What if I'm just gonna try to influence you? You know, that's all, just peer pressure. So what if you make the show and then like I edit it or something like that, and we post it on YouTube, and we get a stockpile of them? Like, what if you get like you do just a bunch of them, and then we get a stockpile, right? And then I'll post them every week until like a month, because you do like 30 of them or something, and then I'll do another stockpile.
Well, I mean, you could do that now, actually. I have like a lot of episodes. Over the 2 years I've been on the show. I mean,
so you're telling me if I take the videos from your show, right, on Instagram, and then I edit them in like a funny way or something and send them to you, then you can post them to your YouTube channel?
Well, I mean, you can do that. I mean, my friend Saint has been kind of doing that, and he's supposed to actually post a video about me someday because of me ending the show. But you can do that as well. Right?
So, in that sense, the show really wouldn't be ending; it would be revamped.
There you fucking go.
There might be there might be a possibility that I might do something like the show if I ever do. However, it won't be called the Jelani Show anymore because.
Oh no! Because if I'm the editor, right, I would take I'd take full control. I would literally. I would even edit your face. I would put my face on yours. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. But I don't know. I think there's a bunch of different ways that we can sort this out. Maybe I shouldn't talk about it live. But I think that, you know, since you so you have these priorities that you want to do or that you need to do, right? And if you're doing the show, it interferes with what you need to do. So it needs to be something like, I think that on the weekends, especially on Saturday, it wouldn't be in my opinion, it would be easier, right, on Saturday because you don't have school or anything, to just come on for an hour and 30 minutes. There's your podcast. And then for the show,
I mean, I know that like someone, like some people have told me, like, why don't I just change my schedule? Why don't I do it like once a week or something like that, so that I don't have to do it as much and I can spend more time on schoolwork and everything. But I want it to be where I can give all my attention to schoolwork, and so that when schoolwork doesn't become as when it becomes easier, I know that along the line to be where it's going to be harder and it's easier afterwards. That's when I might make a return, and if I do make a return, I'd like to be on the podcast, because that's something that I would like to be on. But I mean, I'm not. But with everything else, I'm not definite.
So I see. This is what I see like your return being, because isn't the Jelani and Moonah show, she talked to people and like help people and things like that?
Yes.
What happened with Trip? Yeah. So, and I know that in the future, don't you want to be a psychiatrist therapist?
Yes. Yeah.
She's getting hot chocolate.
I was watching. I can't remember the streamer. I think his name was just Gecko or something like that. And he does almost exactly what you do, except for, he takes like, he dresses up as a gecko. And like, he's sitting there as a gecko and he like talks to people. And it's almost like, he's solving these people's problems and he's practicing on his craft of what he's wanting to do. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, you have what you need to do, and then you have what you want to do. Like for me, I have a job, but my hobby is YouTube, and I'm so good at it that it turned into my job. Plus, I have, whatever. But I don't know. I wish I would have known that you wanted to quit sooner, so that I could have put more input in. And I feel like I should talk to you guys more than just on the podcast. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it's not a bad thing that you're leaving, but for some reason in my head, it makes me feel bad.
Well, I mean, I do understand what you mean, because a lot of others have been saying other things. Like Loopie, for example, has said similar to what you have said.
You can't listen to Loopie. He's a hypocrite.
Hey, you don't have your costume ready, so you can't pull that on me.
I know.
Nah, but
He left. He said, "Fuck y'all."
Imagine that.
He quit early.
that would be the most anticlimactic ending to the Loophole Podcast's host. No. Welcome back, Jelani.
Jelani, we thought you quit early.
No. For some reason, I think it leaves me out of the call when I get a notification from like a DM.
That's weird.
That's gotta be annoying, bro.
Yeah, because that's what seems like it's happening. Every time it cancels me out, I get a DM from like friend. I don't know if it's correlation or if it's causation, but it seems like it happens all the time.
Jelani, I could not imagine working towards something for so long and then saying I'm going to step back from it. Maybe or is the stepping back from it, is that you? I think what you should do, and I'm not telling you what you need to do, but I think what you should do is that with this break that you're taking, I want you to step back from it. Like, don't look at it for a long time, and then come back to it when you're ready and look at what you created, and then critique it yourself, and then figure out what you should do to fix it. Does that make sense? And then write down everything that you could do to fix it, and then when you come back, do that, and whenever you're ready.
Yeah, because you have the answers to your own questions, Jelani.
Yeah, you have all the answers.
You have all the answers. It's just
you just
that you
gotta step back.
you haven't taken the time to sort of reflect and be your own critic at the most important times.
Exactly.
And Chris, you know,
Like the other day, I was so mad at Loopie. I was so angry with Loopie because I sent him this picture. I made a new channel banner or whatever, and I sent him this picture, and I was like, "Does this look cool?" And he was like, "Yeah, this looks really cool." And I was like, "All right." So I posted it, right? And then the next day, like, you know, when you draw something or you make something, whenever you don't look at it for a while, and then you come back to it, it looks different and it feels different. And the banner that I had made looked crazy as hell, and I was like, "Oh, I hate this." So then I changed it and made a new one. And I think that's what this reflection period will do for you. We all go through that stage. You ever see somebody, they're like really ugly in middle school, and then once they hit high school, you're like, "Damn, who was that?" You ever notice that? You know, that's called a glow up.
Well, I mean,
it's because these people
I
step back and look.
Yeah, I do understand that, because I mean, I haven't experienced that me personally, but like I can understand that, because like I see like a lot of glow ups on TikTok and on Instagram Reels, where it's like they look like this and then they look like that, and I do see that, and so it could be this. It could be the same thing for me, where 2022, I might look back at what I've done. It could look different, because I mean I've gone through this like 3 times, like 2 times, because I've had 2 different YouTube. I've had 2 YouTube channels prior to the Jelani,
Yeah.
because I've been doing content creation for 5 years, ever since I was 12 years old, and from 12 to 17, I can say that there's been that my outlook on everything that I've done has been different each year, and I can understand what you mean. So in 2022, it could be different, where I could look at this, and I could see, and I could think about it differently to think about it now. But that's just that's just how time is. That's how time is. Everything progresses.
Yeah.
You know what I want you to do then? I want you to go on your, you know, you don't have to, but on your social medias, and I put down "I'll be back at," and then put 2022, so that it's not like I'm gone forever. It's like you're planning this comeback, because January is right around the corner, and I'm holding you to it. Mm-hmm.
Well, just because January is around, it doesn't mean that I might return in January. But
2022 could
like
mean the
I
whole
said,
12 months.
2020, I was dumping it around.
Oh my god, I can't wait for that Harry Potter game. I swear I'm gonna be a fucking hermit. Maybe I should stream it. Should I stream the Harry Potter game?
Stream, bro.
Well, I mean, yeah, you want to.
Hey, Crystal, don't leave my girl hanging. She wants a high five.
No, you didn't say eat Crystal. You just put your hand up to the shit. I thought you were telling me to back off. No, but I don't know. It's like it's heartbreaking in a way, but it's also very inspiring that, you know, sometimes things don't go the way you want. You know what I mean? Sometimes and it's good to show that. It's good to show, like, you know, I tried, and I want to come back and do better. And if I don't come back and do better, at least I tried. You know, I went on America's Got Talent, and right before they did a callback, which means you come back and audition again. Right before they did that, I had to go to prison. But shit, at least I tried, you know? At least I gave it, you know, put in some effort. But everything isn't meant to be.
Wow.
And I do want to see you come back and make a bang, right? Come back with a bang.
And you know, I will come back. I will come back, because I know everyone is gonna wonder. Well, I wouldn't say everyone, but there's going to be a lot of people that are going to. When is it going to be back? When are you going to? Because I mean, I've had people walk up to me and ask, when am I going to go live next?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what I miss?
Like,
Loopy, your microphone is making some kind of weird noise.
What kind of weird noise?
Oh, it stopped. It was like staticky for a little bit, but it stopped.
Oh, is it good?
So, Jelani, I'm gonna ask you a really serious question. I don't know if you're gonna take offense to this. Do you think that Keemstar, because as soon as you announced that you're leaving, Keemstar did it like 2 days after. Do you think that he copied off of you?
Yeah.
I mean, I wish Keemstar knew about the show because
Keemstar knows about damn near everything. He knows about the show.
Bro, you stopped me from celebrating Keemstar's exit by exiting yourself, bro.
Exactly. Shit, you could have waited a week.
You could, yeah.
Well, I mean, I didn't know about Keemstar leaving because I don't really watch.
It was all over Twitter.
You don't watch it. You watch me though. Do you still watch me, right?
I have seen, like, I even saw like your first video, like how.
No! You seen my first video?
Yeah, January 16th, 2017.
Oh my God! Why did you do that?
Because I mean, I wanted to see how far you grew from your first video to the most recent. See?
Do you see any growth?
Well, yes. I see a lot of different. For example, your dreads grew.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like with content wise, not with look wise. I know I got fat and ugly and old, but you know, what about the content? Do you see the content doing better?
Well, yeah, because I mean, for people that do, when people do it first, when they have the first video, they're not as confident as their most recent they've been. Because there's obviously a difference. Because I mean, for me personally, the first did like this was like around fall 2016 when I uploaded my first. 12 years old. I was kind of wondering what was gonna be it. Like I was kind of wondering what I was gonna do. And I mean, even though I've been on and off with it, I've gotten more confident with doing YouTube. Like around like my second. And I guess I'll name my channel because I do want people want to know what they are, and some of the content might be like cringe-worthy because it was a bit weird. Alright, so my first YouTube channel named J spelled J-E-I for and then my second channel again J spelled J-E-I 8 and then my third channel being Jelani. I wanted to kind of get rid of that J name. I wanted it to be where I could put myself as my real name so that I could just come back to it because it's not like I can really be different. It's not like I can come back as like a different thing when it's my real name. When it's my real name, I can't really. I know you can change names. I wouldn't be a person that would change my real name. So if it were to be like years later, I could come back to it because it's just me. It's not like I'm hiding behind that.
Yeah.
So
there's a weird. I swear, there's so many weird sounds. What are these sounds I'm hearing? Sorry, Jelani. Strange noises.
Oh, well, that was my phone vibrating just then.
I'm hearing like paper crumpling and stuff.
Oh, well, I mean, some stuff is going on upstairs. I don't know what's up, but... Babe, you can unmute.
Do we still have audio listeners? Like just people that listen and don't watch?
I don't know, bro.
I feel like I broke my
So-
Discord now.
Oh my god, you're talking, but your mic is mute. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I know. It was that
So-
for me too.
So like the
Oh, yeah.
progression, of everything, like me being able to show my face using my real name, me doing live broadcasts instead of edited broadcasts, like edited videos how to do live. It's a progression, and I have kind of seen it. Now I haven't really watched every video, but I do want to watch every video. Like I want to watch like your earlier videos, 20 and then 2018.
No, just don't do that.
Well, because I want to see an evolution. I want to see a and I've done the same thing. I've kind of done the same thing with Loopie. Like I've seen his first video on his channel, which was like I think it was like a song. It was like a freestyle song. Like
Mad Scientist, September
if I can
25th.
remember. Yeah, that.
September 25th, 2019, I dropped my first song on that channel. The one I'm streaming
Yeah,
to right
so
now.
yeah. So
You said
I
Mad
looked into
Scientist.
that,
Was that was your name before? Wait,
no,
what?
no, that was the name of the song, but I like over the years I kind of like adopted this it's not a character, but it's just me metaphorically when I'm writing a song, I feel like a mad scientist in rap.
Okay, so now if you took that character, the Mad Scientist in rap, and you were constantly that character, like you were always in that state of mind, wouldn't that be exhausting?
No. Because again, it's not a character, it's a feeling on the inside. Like I'm still me when I'm writing. Like everything I write comes from the heart.
Oh, well, I'm still
like,
me when I'm making.
I'm still myself. Like I'm everything I say, comes from me, Dylan. Like I don't have no separation between Dylan and Loopy. Never. Like
Both of them. Well, there's no separation, but I like them. Well, I like him.
Who?
Who do you think I'm liking right now?
Me? Thank you.
Yeah, you're great. You're great. You're amazing.
Thank you. I really do
Jelani.
be trying, especially like I come on here, I get my hair ready and stuff. I put on a little makeup. I really be trying,
Oh my god!
Oh,
I
hell
didn't
yeah.
know that you have makeup on. Looks
If
so
you were
natural.
if you were to see me looking just normal, you'd be like,
Same. I
You'd
would
be
get
like,
up
oh my
in the morning
God.
if I told myself about makeup.
you'd be like, I hope he's okay.
Same.
I'm not gonna later say that
You
without
get
me
worried.
saying something about that. She does not need makeup to look beautiful, and even E. Crystal said that. So
No, I think makeup is overrated.
yeah.
Very overrated.
Well, I mean,
Me sitting here
in my
wearing makeup.
opinion, like that makeup, because my
Okay.
opinion has changed about makeup.
Jelani, your mic is quiet. I can't really hear you very well.
Jelani,
Say
I think
something again.
Quiet.
Okay, I think you need to remove the noise suppression because that was when you were outside the other week. So maybe you should like.
Well, it just started.
My mic has
Happening,
been
I'm-
quiet this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've been trying. No,
no.
not now. Like just recently when you said that first sentence.
My noise suppression is off.
Damn. Just
Huh.
get.
I don't know what that background noise is that I'm hearing. It sounds like crumpled paper. That's what I'm hearing.
Here,
Oh.
let me join back.
Oh, well, that's just me reaching in my fucking bag of chips, bro.
Oh my god, Loopy.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm fucking hungry. Bro, they fucked up my McDonald's order. They like, I'm missing a fucking fry, bro. Small fry. So.
I'm
what am I-
upset.
Is
I'm not
my
upset.
audio
What the
better?
fuck am I gonna do?
Yeah, your audio is better now, Jelani.
All right.
But man, so I hope that you see this, like, you know, you leaving as more of like reflection rather than being, you know, like the show being repulsive to you, because I hope that you on the internet, you know, doing the show, doing the podcast, in the end did more good than bad, you know. I don't think anything bad happened on the podcast, you know. I think I am quite demanding sometimes on the podcast, because I did want you to talk a little more on the podcast, you know. I wanted you to interact more the recent weeks. But, you know, nothing really bad happened on the podcast that involved you feeling some kind of way as much as the show did. So I hope in the end more good than bad happened, and that you leaving would be more of a reflection rather than you being repulsed by what you are part of and what you created.
Well, yeah. I think, like, at the end of the show, like, during the last few weeks of the show, was like the best point of the show. Really, because it was all tame compared to everything else. Like, after all the controversies that had happened, like, all in the year of 2021, the last couple of weeks was actually good. It was actually pretty good, and like, there wasn't really anything going on wrong, or at least in my opinion. I mean, some, like, others might think differently because of, you know, they don't like someone on there or something like that. But for me, honestly, I think it was good, and I like that point. Like, the last episode was the best way the show could have ended. I couldn't have imagined.
Bro, and how I managed to keep an inside joke on your show for so fucking long, bro. And I've
got the fucking lemons.
Yeah, I got the fucking lemons, and bro, I ended that inside joke. Well, not really
Eating a lemon.
Yes, I ate a lemon and I threw it in the garbage because I fucking hated it and I fucking spit it out. But my lemon filter stopped working as soon as I fucking threw that lemon out, and I was like, oh shit, I guess I don't got the lemons anymore. It felt like the last episode of Blue's Clues, bro, where you're just fucking ditched by what's his name, Steve?
Yes.
Steve
Oh yeah, fucking Steve just left us all.
Bro, just randomly left. Like
He was like, all right, I'll be back. I'm gonna go buy a pack of cigarettes. Nigga never came back.
Yeah. He went to college, and bro, I saw the last few episodes of Blue's Clues because the first times I found out about Blue's Clues was actually through Vine, because, you know, it was never streamed on TV. I just wanted to watch the last few episodes, and I was like, oh shit. But man, bro, like, you know, I never thought I would see the day, bro. Like, I wish I could have told, you know, the hosts and everyone else about, you know, you leaving the podcast, because you never told me about anything about the podcast. So I imagined that, you know, you would do the podcast more on the side to give your, like, you know, to give the people more of like a sort of like a life update kind of thing. You know, give people a feed. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I do want to explain why I'm leaving the podcast, and that's because, well, if I'm not doing like any content, like if I'm not doing the show, I need to prioritize in a lot of things. I feel like the podcast will still kind of be the same way, because I'm still focusing on something more and something I need to prioritize.
Have you ever?
That's always been.
Sorry, Jelani. Sorry, Jelani.
Oh my God.
I have to ask this question. Have you ever thought of treating the podcast as if it wasn't a podcast? Like, let me explain. Have you ever thought of treating the podcast as how we did for your show, like sort of like as a gathering, but talk about what's on your mind, but don't use it as more of like an entertainment sort of perspective, because currently nobody is watching the stream right now. All right, like we have 0 concurrent viewers. I'll be honest with you. All right. Okay, but listen.
All right, bye.
But listen, Chris. No, but listen. That does not bother me a single bit. All right, even despite the amount of subscribers I have or whatever. No, I'm treating the podcast personally as something for my own good and for the good of everyone else that is on the podcast right now. Have you ever looked at the podcast?
I just like to talk.
Yeah. Have you ever looked at the podcast as a way to gather with the people that have given you this sort of advice? I'm not trying to say I'm your teacher or whatever, right? Like I'm just someone that cares about you, right? So just treated it as a sort of gathering to talk about, okay, so I stopped doing the show. This is how long I've stopped the show. Here's what here are the habits that I've started developing. Here is sort of my my path to the right direction, and blah blah blah. Have you ever thought of treating it that way?
I mean, treating it as updating on the stuff that I'm going through, after the show.
Yeah, but not in a way of entertainment, right? But in a way of because you're going to need a pair of ears, bro. There is no way you will be able to, as a human being, emotionally contain everything that you will be going throughout these months. I'll tell you why. Because already, living alone, all right? I don't know what it's like to live alone, all right? Because, I still live with my parents, But, and I imagine you do too, and, yeah. So,
bro, living alone sucks. I'll tell you right now, that shit sucks.
That's what I'm getting into. And a human being cannot emotionally, physically, or mentally handle the idea of being alone for this time that you're in. So, my monitor overheated.
I'm alone.
I mean, I do go to school, and because of that, do have friends I talk to. I do understand. I could use what you mean by using the podcast as a way to talk about my. To actually talk about my life, which I can do that. However, I want to be able to give my full attention on the things that I need to handle, so that, if possible, I could set myself up for a better life as an adult, because mainly I've been stressing out a bit is when I have to reach the age of adulthood. Will be probably somewhere in my being in college. Now the main thing I have to do is get a driver's license so I can drive to. I want to be able to give my full attention, and I don't want any distractions. I don't want the podcast is pretty great. If it wasn't for me being distracted, then I would do the podcast. Now, I wouldn't be quitting if it wasn't for the fact that I feel like the podcast would be a distraction.
Yeah.
So.
Well. You know what this is so. You said live alone, and my mind went on a random tangent, but. So I live alone, but I live with. Okay, so my mom was in a really abusive relationship with her husband. So I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? And I was living in a camper for a little bit, and it was hell. And I was like, I can't do this shit. I can't live alone. So I bought an apartment, like right next to my mom's job, so that she could, you know, leave her abusive ass husband and live here, you know. And since I've been here, there's only been 2 nights that my mom has stayed here. And like, it makes me feel so weird. So like, I paid up on this apartment for like, you know, 2 or 3 years or whatever, but she's never here, and my little brothers are never here. So it's like, I'm always just kind of like chilling in this apartment, like waiting for them to show up, and they never do. Sorry, that was just a random tangent. But I've noticed that when I'm really alone, like, I'll get to a point where like, I'm like, oh, like, I've got to talk to somebody. I'll pull out the camera and I'll talk to the camera as if it's a person, and then I'll make a video out of it.
Yeah.
That was random, but
I feel like what you said, Chris, does have a connection with the point I'm trying to make. Where like the podcast, right? We're not trying to distract you necessarily from your priorities, because, you know, now that we know what your plans are, right? We want to help you.
We can talk about them and help them.
Yeah, like, we want to help you focus. We want to help you, you know, keep track of everything that you have done, everything that you have started working on, you know, physically, mentally, emotionally. Like, we want to be able to help you focus on it a lot more. And, you know, I did say that moving in silence, you know, is the better way to go. But at the same time, if you're on the podcast, all right, like, let's just say, all right, let's just pretend for a sec, you actually do not leave the podcast and you're still on the show, right? Or no, you're not still on the show. You know, you still set on ending the show, and you have ended the show for a while, and you're on the podcast, and we don't take into consideration anything that you have started doing since the end of your show. That would not be healthy at all, right? Except except here's the thing, we're actually willing to give you this opportunity to do what the show was intended for, kind of thing, right? Where we allow you to, you know, we give you this platform, and, you know, we give you this sort of like inner circle, because think of this, you know, podcast when we're not.
You talk about we a lot.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Make another French joke?
So, you speak French now?
The only reason why I'm saying we is because I imagine we all have the same opinions about, you know, what I'm going to say, unless, you know, I don't know what's going on. But what I imagine is that, like, I'm giving you this platform, this inner circle, in order to help you focus on what matters to you the most. And what matters to you the most, from what you tell me, is getting ready for adulthood, essentially. Making sure you got your license, you got your permit, you got, I don't know if you're planning to get a job at some point, you know, maybe during college, or I don't know how it works, but.
Well, I mean, not really planning on getting a job until after college with a therapist, because I don't want to add the stress of that. My parents are going to pay for my college.
Yeah. But, like, I mean, like, sort of like a summer job, you know, something that you do for, like, a couple of weeks or something like that. Yeah. Experience. You need experience, all right? You need to know how, you know, because when you're doing a job that is quite demanding, such as, I don't know, being a cashier or something like that, which is, you know, is sort of an easy job, but at the same time, very demanding, right? You got to know how to control time, adrenaline, and your patience, right? I know about this because, you know, my sister was a cashier until she has an office job somewhere. She's doing great for herself, but, you know, you got to be able to have experience, and, you know, even if it's not entirely connected to you being a therapist, you got to know what it's like to, you know, have to act quickly. And that's essentially what your whole life is right now. Like, you got a whole life ahead of you, right? But again, like I told you, I feel like you've only just now started, which is why quitting, to me, you know, I could understand doing things differently, and I could understand taking a break, because that is definitely like something very healthy. But I don't know, I feel like your show, I'm going on a little tangent, because I was, you know, my point was originally for the podcast, but now it's turning to be, you know, something in general. But I feel like it's not something that you should write off that quick. And I do feel like the podcast.
Oh, no.
Bro. I feel like, you know, the podcast could also help you stay focused on what you want to do. That's just my opinion. I don't know if that, you know, helps in any way, shape, or form, you know, like give you a new perspective of like how to treat the podcast, because, you know, this Discord call, man, it's I could literally just turn off OBS literally right now, and we would be having the same conversation on call, bro. I could turn off OBS right now. We would have the same talk.
I have to go, but I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
Technical difficulty.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I do want to put this consideration for 2020, because 2021, I want to be able to, because I've said for 2022 there might be a possibility of a return.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give myself the rest of 2021 to think about if I want to return and everything like this. I want to give myself some time before. Am I sure if I want to do this again?
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I've had this 2 times already, as I've said with my previous YouTube, and I mean, it's and I want to take everything that you're saying into consideration, because for 2021, I feel like my main focus my main thing now is getting my driver's license. Getting my driver's license. My main basically for school, like the fall semester, because it gets because it feels like it gets easier when, like, as like the spring semester comes along, everything gets. I guess like you get used to it, so you know what you do, you know everything. I have right now to kind of
we have a fallen soldier, y'all.
And when I do come back, I do wanna at least update. I do wanna update about everything. I do come back, because it's necessary. An update is necessary.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask you this one question, right? Because this is something that I'm willing to do, especially with the free time that I have. Like, you know, I'm able to do what I'm, you know, going to, I'm able to do what I'm going to offer you. All right, and that is, during the time that we will, you know, that nobody will, you know, be able to hear from you, because, you know, you'll be focusing on yourself, right? Will you?
Yes.
You know, privately, not publicly, you know, something like that. You know, like, would you want me to, you know, help you in any way, shape, or form? Is there something I can do to help during the time that you have to focus on yourself? Like something, like, I don't know, like something that, you know, you're gonna have to like act, you know, on yourself, right? But, you know, something that you're gonna need to manifest, like sort of like a, you know, a pair of ears, right? Because I cannot imagine you going into this without a pair of ears that is not like a pair of ears that is not distracted from anything, and that is dead set focused in the moment on willing to, you know, help you sort of like find your path. I'm finding my path. I feel like I'm doing, you know, things are looking up for me, all right? And I want you to feel I want you to feel the same way going out of 2021, all right? I want you to start 2022, all right? And I'm using, you know, the year as a landmark, right? Sort of like as a landmark. I want you to begin 2022 a fresh man, you know? And I'm not saying like return, all right? Like I'm saying fresh, right? Like I'm saying, you know, a different outlook on life, a different outlook on everything. Because I feel like the things that are stressing you out, I feel like you could have a different outlook to it. Because some of it has connection with what I experience in terms of school. I'm not saying leave school, okay? Because that was not even up to me, all right? Like I chose to leave school in the heat of the moment because I was threatened. So if, you know, I don't know how to use any other term than the term sort of mentor, you know? Will you need some sort of like help in terms of finding your path? And like something that we can talk about privately, that, you know, you have my word, will not go out to anybody else. I will not be telling anyone, not even my girl, not even Chris or nobody. It's just something between you and me. It's like confidentiality, something to sort of like help you find your way, kind of thing.
Well, it depends on because I want to do everything by myself first, because I want to see if I can deal with it first, and if I can't deal, then I will go to you.
Okay.
Because so it just depends on if I can do it myself first. So, because if possible, I might contact you about it. Yeah. However, it's not definite. It's not definite because I want to do it myself first. I want to do everything myself first.
Definitely.
So that,
Yeah.
I think opposite. I think completely opposite of what you think, Loopy. I think it's a good idea for you, Jelani, to, you know, step back, take a look at it, you know, and to step back and take a look at it. I mean, detach from everything, because the podcast is also, even though we know we want it to seem, and it is, we sit and we talk and we have fun or whatever, but also we could just talk without recording it, you know. But it's kind of like, it's kind of like a, you know, it's also a what is that called? Like an entertainment outlet. And so I do think that it's also smart, if you're gonna stop doing entertainment and stop making videos, to work on yourself, to also stop the podcast, and you know, because then you could step back and you can take a, like, it's not just a small look, you want to take a big look at everything, and the podcast is part of that everything. So I think that it is smart, and I think, you know, if I was in your position and I had things that I needed to get done and do, I would only focus on what I needed to get done and what I need to do, and then when I'm ready, I can come back and be like, boom, bitch, I'm back. Look at the glow up.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, Chris. I definitely see that. I
also,
personally,
my dreadlock just fell off, and only the people watching are gonna know my dreadlock literally fell off my head. I thought
I was tripping for a second, bro. Seriously.
Yeah,
I thought I was tripping.
But you know what? We fixed it, and you see what happens. Like, so with dreadlock, sometimes they'll get thin. Like over time, they grow, and like, you know, you stress and stuff like that. So some parts are thicker and some parts are thinner, and it literally popped off, and it hurt my feelings so much. But I have these. This is to fix that problem. They're crochet needles, and whenever a dreadlock falls off, all you have to do is crochet that motherfucker back on and keep going. Your hair is like Play-Doh when you're black.
Yeah. No, but I was trying to say that like I didn't see the podcast as much of an entertainment outlet as like.
So for the people watching, it's entertainment. You know.
Yeah. And you know, I guess it's also like one thing to consider that we cannot make entertainment out of your personal life experience. So, you know, I gave you a perspective of like how you could treat the podcast, you know, from here on out. So like, if there was ever a time you would return to the podcast, or if there was a time that you just feel like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna view it this way. You know, I gave you this kind of perspective, and my sort of my offer of like being, you know, this cool, you know, mentor is, you know, I'm letting you make your own decisions, right? Like, I'm not like forcingly stopping you from doing what you want to do, right? Or you know, getting you to do something completely different that is completely out of your comfort zone. What I'm basically, it would like I would be sort of someone you would manifest to in a way where like you know what you want to do, all right? You know the tasks you got to do. My job as, you know, just my job in general, like, you know, as a friend of yours, is to sort of like give you, you know, not the solution, right? Because not everything is going to be easy, right? Nothing is going to be easy. But give you, you know, in order for you to act on your own and make sure you do everything yourself, because I'm not going to be like I'm not going to like, you know, when you're focusing on yourself, I mean, like, I'm not going to give you the hand. Like, that would mean you're depending on me. I don't want you to depend on me. I want you to, you know, make your own decisions. I would just give you sort of little steps, you know, little steps in order to get what you want out of a situation that may be out of your control. That's just my offer to you, you know. Like, so when it comes to you doing things yourself, I'm still giving you that option, all right? And I'm not giving you, like, I'm not taking anything from you, all right? I don't want anything from you other than just you to be happy with how you're living, bro.
I want the soul. Give me your soul.
Actually, you know, since this is my Halloween costume, I'm supposed to be taking souls, but I'm not doing that.
My heart, if that's close enough.
Oh, I mean, and also, yeah, Cryptic, since you chimed in, I got a bone to pick with you. I want some art. Why can't I be drunk? Did you mute me?
She just deafened.
What does that mean?
Hmm?
Said I want art. I want you to draw me.
She was starting, bro. She was really starting. I promise she was starting, bro.
I want a crown on my head. Can we put a crown on my head? I want my dreadlocks to be long, luscious, and green.
Well, how long are we talking? Like a wig long?
Like how long they are, like to my shoulders.
You as a drag queen.
What'd she say?
Should I just draw you as a drag queen?
No, I'm not a drag queen. Okay, I'm not a drag queen. What? Hold up, my mom just got here.
Christina.
She had one job.
So, Jelani, I'm sure this is not, you know, what I'm offering you is not something that you will be answering. Well, that I imagine you will not be answering, you know, like either accepting or denying or taking into consideration. It'll take time.
Yeah.
You got a whole fucking life ahead of you, bro. And I'm sure there is a different outlook that you can have on how your days go in terms of schoolwork and what you want to do in the future. And and I want to make sure that you are not complacent, you know. Like, I want to make sure you're not ahead of yourself, because I was ahead of myself during school. I thought I could, you know, get to the end of it, become a doctor, get the job or whatever, you know, be the best and shit. It didn't work. It didn't work the way I wanted it to. So I want to make sure that you're not ahead of yourself, but you're still, you know, on the task kind of thing, you know.
I have to log off. How long we've been going?
We've been going for over 2 hours, but it's okay, Chris. You can.
Okay, Jelani, I just want to say before I go, you are one of the most creative people I know, and I know that when you do come back, do it and come back strong. You know, if you want to, always do what you want and have what you feel in your heart. Also, gotta go. And remember that poem I told you, okay? I left my poem in my mom's car.
Are you gonna get it?
All right.
Yeah,
Signing off.
Bye.
But what does Keemstar say whenever he leaves? What does he say?
He talks about his sub count.
Oh,
That was your
today we
host,
hit 2 million subscribers, and I gotta go. Bye. Sign it off.
Okay. Bro.
But
I just realized that, like, after I end this episode, I will have to remove your name from the layout. That is, oh man, bro.
well, yeah, I do know that you will, but
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if it makes you happy, in 2022, if I ever do make a return, the Loophole Podcast will be the first thing that I will return to.
Don't say it to make me feel better, all right? Say it, you know, because it'll make you feel better, all right? Like, don't do it for me, do it for you. Like, you again, like I said, bro, you have the answers to your questions. So, I don't know how long you'll be gone, all right? And I don't know if I'll be able to, you know, contact you in the way that I've, you know, sort of like given you the opportunity, because I did kind of offer to sort of be a mentor, but at the same time, like, I'm not, like, I am willingly not going to give you the keys, you know. Like, I'm just here to, like, I'm more of like a second opinion kind of guy. Like, I will never blindly say yes or no without a reason. And in decisions that involve, like, ending or leaving or quitting something that involves something you created, like a show or a podcast that you're leaving, or a team that you created that you're willing to disband, that is something that I cannot convince you, because that is your feeling. I cannot change your feeling. I can only give you different views of, like, how you can view what you're willing to quit, and see if this new way of viewing what you're trying to quit could be useful to you, bro. Because, man, like, maybe, you know, just maybe you're looking at everything in life, right, from school to entertainment to you, Jelani Moonah. I feel like you made, like, I wonder what would happen if you just saw things differently. But that I cannot tell you how different, or how can it be different. That I can't tell you. That's just on you, bro. Because, again, you know, you have the answers. So maybe 2022, you know, start of 2022, we can see you fresh, you know, and new, you know, a bunch of new information that you've been fed, you know, by yourself. I don't know if you're going to do any research, or if you're going to reach out to me for, you know, different ideas or questions, or, you know, advice or whatever. But just know that my offer for, you know, like, I definitely am not just talking, you know, for the podcast when it comes to me helping you out. Like, I will definitely, like, even if you're not willing to take the help that I'm willing to give you in terms of sort of like the whole mentoring thing, I'm still gonna check up on you, bro. Like, ain't no way I'm not letting you go without, like, I'm just not gonna let you disappear without, like, the idea of, like, okay, he's okay. Like, it's mainly for my peace of mind, bro, because, you know, it's like I just do this for, you know, like, a good friend of mine, all right, and I want to make sure you do good, bro. So I said just about everything I needed to say, and I'm glad that, like, we, you know, this podcast just about highlighted everything that just about everything, really. You know, we went into reflection, and then we went into sort of a method, you know, but just know, Jelani, if during your hiatus or after your hiatus, whatever, you ever need to come back to the podcast again, I got you, bro. You can come back in at any time. You can reclaim the title of host. You've just about earned it by being you, bro. So just you've earned that title, all right? And you've earned, you know, this great place in the podcast. We're gonna remember you, bro. Ain't no way we're gonna forget about you. And I'm not.
I respect you.
I'm not gonna be quickly looking for a replacement or an addition or whatever. However, I will treat the podcast differently and see how I can grab what I've learned from your show and apply it here and turn this into something, you know, of a gathering. Cause, bro, pre-loops, bro. I didn't pull pre-loops out of my ass, bro. You know where the fuck I got pre-loops from? The Jelani fucking Moonah show, bro. So,
Yeah.
like, you know, just take into consideration the effect that everything you've done, you know, like what effect it has made on you and other people, and just remind yourself that, you know, if there is good, you know, if there is more good than bad, I don't think you would want to let it go that easily. If there's more bad than good, don't do it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, you never want to keep doing something that has more negative, you know, outcomes than positive. You know.
And that's why I'm saying that if I ever return, I like to be on the Loophole Podcast. If I do.
Okay.
I mean, there hasn't really been any negatives to the whole podcast.
No, I you know, the only thing, like, the only regret I have with the podcast is I wish that you talked more in the recent weeks. But at the same time, I understand, because this was during the time where you didn't know where to go, bro. You seriously were not.
Yeah.
You did not know, like where to take your direction. The Jelani Moonah show and your position on the podcast was on thin ice. Your position on the podcast isn't on thin ice, all right? Like you resigning as host is you stepping back from the role that I have sort of, like, you know, given you.
Yeah.
Bro, the funny part about it is that, like, we didn't know if we were gonna, like, I when I first called you about the role, you know, of the podcast, I didn't know if I was gonna keep you until after August because of school.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking to myself, okay, so it's June, right? Around June, July time. How about I have you on the podcast as a host for a few weeks? When I realized that you were on the podcast even way beyond August, and now it's October, and now you're ending, you're stepping out. I had this idea in my head, like, okay, maybe I'm gonna keep Jelani Moonah for a little longer. It's not that I was ever planning on letting him go. Not that I ever wanted him to let, like, I just had this idea in my head, like, I see really great things in Jelani, and I like it, we want to immortalize all these all these good moments. So I will be ending this episode. I'm gonna hate clicking the stop streaming button, honestly. This is one of the times where I wish I never clicked that stop streaming button, because we know what it means. All right, Jelani, we'll miss you, bro, and just know that my offer still stands. Take it either with a grain of salt or take it to consideration. Do whatever you want with my offer. You're perfectly allowed to not even give me an answer. I'm not going to ask you about it, but just make sure it stays on the back of your mind, and make sure I don't forget about it. Which I won't, but I'm just saying, like, keep it in the back of your mind. I won't ask you furthermore about mentoring. That's just on you, bro. Babe, you have anything to say to Jelani before we end this?
I just wish you good luck, man. I mean, you have such a bright future ahead of you. You can go out there, do us proud, become that therapist you want to be. And, I'll be here supporting. And all I want is just a text message from you saying that you're okay. Or something like that.
And you know what the thing about that? Like a senior personality for high school. There's like a senior personality thing where like you're voted. And I won twice for most likely to TV and most likely to change.
Most likely to change what? You cut out.
Probably the world.
Most likely to change the world.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
Bro, from the first day I met you, bro. Like, remember, like, when I was on Izzy Those Instagram Live. It's not really a proud, it's not really a proud moment when you don't realize about what's up in that IG Live. But when you joined that IG Live, all right, I sort of knew who you were because Izzy was, mentioning you in his story or whatever. Like, I was thinking to myself, if he's treating it as a talk show, is he really treating this as a talk show? And I'm like, holy shit, bro. That is fucking genius. He is treating this as a talk show, like Jimmy Kimmel and all that. And I was like, holy fuck, bro. I need to talk to this guy. And I've made my first appearance on the Jelani Moonah show. It went well. I was introduced to some great people that you managed to gather on your live, and bro, like, the rest is history. But I've always had this thing in the back of my mind, like, Jelani is going to literally be on a fucking billboard, with the fucking, like, the night sky is the scenery, like, in, like, red curtains on the side of the billboard, and you just coming out in some, like, suit or some shit like that. The Jelani Moonah show, bro.
I will literally draw that.
I don't know. I just have this mental image in my head. You could draw that if you want, babe. I think that would be really cool. But I could just see you, having this huge fucking venue. Thousands of people are in there. And instead of bringing out celebrities, which they're allowed to come if they want, but they have to be part of the audience. They have to be part of the audience. You're the man of the show. And you're allowed to bring out up to 3 people. Like, have, like, 3 seats, 3 spots. Like, bro, I swear, if you manage to fucking pull that shit off, bro, I swear, like, I will have predicted your entire life, bro. And and if that's not something you want to do, that's completely fine, bro. Like, I'm not here to,
I mean, it could still happen.
Bro, it can still happen. You have nearly a century ahead of you, bro. Like, just, bro, take care of yourself, stay safe. We're here for you. Just know that, you're not just know that you're not leaving without anything behind you. You know, like you're definitely leaving something great behind, which is your show and, you know, your role in the podcast and your content creation and this green screen behind you. You're definitely leaving that one behind.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just
will be taken down.
yeah, just know, bro. Like, think of Saint's new green screen that he's willing to give you as the huge hand that we're willing to give you, bro.
I want him to give it to me. I want him to give it to me because if I ever do return to that green screen, will be the green screen because it looks nice.
Yeah. Okay. Think of that green screen, bro, and like, it looks like it's made of some thick material as well. So like, I definitely that is something that, you know, that's gonna stick with you for a bit. But
Yeah.
I like, cause I mean that green thin paper, that was bound to happen, bro. But you treat the green screen as something symbolic. Think of. Oh man, bro. I was saddened to see that, you know, like when you called me, bro. But okay, so since you're thinking of your green screen as something symbolic, something that was giving you a sign to end it, think of the new one as something. There you go.
Equilibrium.
There you go. I shouldn't even say a word, you know, like it's right there in front of you. And
Just think about, like, if you were a superhero and you were to overcome all this harshness like superheroes do, they turn out fine and stronger than ever. And that's what I just see life as. I see life as a massive film.
yeah.
Like, this is just the beginning, but you have so many chapters and so many stories to tell in the future. Just keep on doing what you're doing, do what you want, and everything will turn out perfectly fine.
She's right.
Actually, it's, I kind of wonder how I haven't really cried. It's like, it's so great. Like, everything for like the past like week has been really great.
Yeah, bro, you need to, but not in front of us. I'm really trying not to cry today. I'm joking, bro. Yeah, hey, you're allowed to cry whenever you want to, bro. But like, bro, like, just know, like, bro, we literally do not want to see you leaving. All right, like in that one SpongeBob episode where Squidward is by himself in that white background with nothing behind him or in front of him or like alongside him. Like, we got, like, just think of it as like, bro, like you're leaving this house because you want to start taking matters into your own hands, right? But
yeah,
things may take a toll on you, and things may be like, bro, what the hell? Like, what am I doing outside of this environment that I was okay in, right? Well, you weren't entirely okay in there. You just didn't have the correct perspective, I guess, to it. And I guess what this break is going to do for you is just going to give you a new outlook on how you see absolutely everything. You're going to be fresh. Like, this version of Jelani Moonah right now that I'm seeing at this moment is not clueless. I wouldn't say clueless, but is in need of answers. That's just what I see. I'm probably wrong, but I feel like you just need some answers.
Well, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. You're actually on the bullseye.
I'm glad. I'm trying to, like, I feel like you need the answers, but at the same time, your subconscious has the answers. You need to build this connection with yourself, that do something that is therapeutic to you. I always thought the show was therapeutic to you. Something, even though there's so much bullshit going on in your show, but something that is therapeutic to you, like something of a hobby that bro, shit, even if it's not something that is entertainment, find something that will make you feel better doing it. I'm guessing you know what makes me feel better when I work on it. Music. So,
Yeah.
bro,
But
or
I do want to mention one. I do
Mhm.
want to mention about everything because, like I said, because when I won, and this, I don't know if this might sound like off topic or whatever, but when I won like the senior personality for being on team and the world, people cheered. People were very happy, and like it's one of those things where it's like, I never thought I really made that big of an impact, but I have. And it's like, I respect everyone. I respect everyone for everything. Because, I mean, because I never thought that the show was gonna be as remembered as this many people remember.
bro, it was
Wait,
like, I can't speak for your school. Were you gonna say something, babe? I saw you had your hand up.
No.
Oh, my bad.
Because Jelani's this way, and I was like,
Look, I can't speak for your school or your friend group or whatever, but it is the place where we literally all gather, bro. Like, I don't know, like, if you know, like, a lot of the people that join your lives, like, in real life. Like, I know you know Saint. I don't know if you hang out with Zim a lot or,
Well, I mean, Zim was in the same school that I went to, graduated last year, college.
yeah, he's in college
But
now.
he was in my lunch. He was in my lunch. Like last, and it was fun. You would sit next to me.
Man, all I'm saying is that I'm glad that, you know, at least outside of, you know, our friend group, you know, and I say friend group, but everyone that I have entrusted to contribute to the podcast, and by that I mean like host or social media manager, is family to me. I treat this as a second family, bro. Like, I mean, I guess you could say second family would be my in-laws. But, you know, I have not met them in real life yet, so I can't really, you know, say that. Like, what I'm trying to say is that the Loophole Podcast to me means, like, it means so much to me, bro. Like, because it's the end of the week, and I'm treating the podcast as a place where, bro, I've gone through the fucking, you know, like, quite a tough week, but I'll be okay because I know that I can open up about my feelings not only to, you know, the people I call family, right, but also to my support system outside of this podcast. And I'm glad that you have that, because not only you have what I sort of entrusted you with, but you have a support system outside of anything that involves me or Chris or Lyrics or Crypt. So I'm glad that you at least have that, and that makes me feel better, you know, because I like, you will know you're safe, bro, you know. And not a lot of people have what you have. You, like, look around you, bro. You were given a lot of shit, bro. And I'm not saying by parents. I'm saying just in general, bro. So I'm gonna have to end this, bro. Fuck, man. Thank you guys so much for watching the Loophole Podcast. Jelani, Moonah, we are going to miss you, bro.
I'm gonna miss all of you too, but like I said, there's a possible return in the future. So don't be sad. Be happy.
Yeah, I just hope this isn't goodbye, but more of like a see you later. But at the same time, like we're talking like, okay, well he just fucking okay. Loophole Podcast, everybody. No, I'm just fucking happen again, bro. You keep giving
I
me
don't
this.
know, but like I was saying, this is more of a see you later because
Yeah.
I want people to be happy that it happened, and I want people to be happier that it's gonna happen again. It's just this is my time off. This is gonna be my time off to focus on the more important stuff. And when I do come back, I'm gonna be a happier man to a happier audience.
Hell yeah, bro. Jelani, you got a fucking bright future ahead of you, my guy. And you know, I'm glad that I can consider you my friend, and I'm glad that you've given me the opportunity to consider you a friend. So you know that's something great. So Jelani, like I said, bro, we're gonna miss you. I'm sad that Lyrics cannot show up, but I don't know what happened. I'll
Here instead, substitute.
Yes.
Yeah.
But just know, babe, I've given you a role that's not, you know, connected to substitute, because I hate to give people the substitute role, because it makes me feel like well
I'm a substitute and a social media manager. That's
yeah,
about it.
you can consider yourself a substitute, but I just consider you as a social media manager. Like you have that role. So because
Yeah.
I hate to give people this task because like of substitute, because it'll make me feel like, oh, I couldn't find nobody and the people I needed the most are gone. So here, let me just randomly quickly have you. Okay, you don't have experience? Substitute. Nah.
Wait,
Like-
don't worry. Wait, we were ending the
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah. I was done anyways. Thank you everybody for watching and listening to the Loophole Podcast. This has been the last episode that you will see from Jelani Moonah for a while. All we hope from you, Jelani Moonah, is the absolute best. We hope to see a new, improved, and fresh, and a happier Jelani Moonah, bro. A greater Jelani Moonah. And lastly, you will always have a place in the podcast. Always. You are a part of the podcast's history, as long as it's been, you know, out there. So, thank you, bro. And babe, thanks for helping me get through this episode, because yeah.
We might all cry after this.
I think we're all just gonna be like sad fucks, man. I'm wearing my NIQR code shirt inside out. All right, like.
Oh, so it's fine.
This shit's see-through as well.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
no.
a treat for my eyes later. Sorry. Okay, continue.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry, Jelani. Seriously, the last minutes of the Loophole Podcast, we just make Jelani third wheel us, bro. Fucking hell. Alright. Jelani, talk to the people, bro. Say what you need to say before I end this.
Alright, so what I do want to say is that Loopie has been a great friend to me, has been a great host to the Loophole Podcast. And, you know, actually, I will say this, and I'll admit it, right? When Loopie gave me an opportunity to be the host of the Loophole, to be a host to the Loophole Podcast, I called my friend Saint about it, and I cried about it, because I was so happy to be on it. I was so happy that I was given an opportunity to do something, because I was given an opportunity to do something more than just a Jelani Moonah show. Like, the Jelani Moonah show actually gave me an opportunity to be on something else. It made me cry because it was like the greatest thing. Because I was in a very, very emotional state. I was in a very dark place, and it made things better. That's why, that's why in July, that's why I came up with things like Reach the Top and everything like that, because it was the best thing that could ever happen during the year of 2021. I've always said that 2021 was my worst year. However, with the Loophole Podcast, it made it better for me. And it is sad that I'm gonna be off. However, one thing is that in 2022 I'll be back.
Yes.
I'll be back on this, and it'd be the greatest thing. It'd be the greatest thing in the entire world for me, and everyone included. And I want just to say is that if you're ever feeling down, if you're ever going to be sad, I don't want to see that. I want to see happiness. I want to see everyone reach the top. Reach the top and never be on the bottom. Because when you're at the bottom, then it won't be great. You always got to be at the top so that people will see you from the mountain. You gotta be at the highest point so that everyone. Because no one will see you if you're at the bottom, but everyone will when you're at the top.
Yeah. And for who you truly are, bro. So, Jelani, bro, you've given me a great ending to the podcast. I'm gonna hate ending this, but it is for the better, and just know that this year has been the best year of my life, all right, and I hate to think that someone had a different view of this year, which is why I wasn't informed about how you took the news of like the podcast receiving this offer. So I'm glad that I had some sort of an effect, but I knew that it was getting repetitive for you, and I wanted you to do more in order to spice things up and also give you the possibility to get more people that you've never seen before on your show. However, the last time I did that, I got a fucking creepy 46-year-old man fucking rating your show. I apologize for that. That's sort of on me.
You know what? I mean, even though that was like, that was like one of the worst points in time on your show, it did give some. It gave me knowledge about how everyone wanted to see this person get insulted so badly. Like you could see it like on my show and everything, that everyone wanted Doc to be insulted, roasted so hard.
But that's just absolutely not what your show is about, and that will be proven by the time you decide to make a return. So with that, I would like to thank you guys for the third time for watching the Loophole Podcast. We will be back again next Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. I don't know if we'll have a guest, but I think I'll bring social media manager Crypt3DX back on. She's been doing a good job being on the podcast, and we will remember Jelani Moonah's show, we will remember Jelani Moonah and the Jelani Moonah show for what good it. Yes, forever, and for what good it did for us too, so yeah, man, I hope to receive a text from you, letting me know you're good, by the end of this call. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bless up and stay hype. Reach the top.
Spread happiness and peace.
Yes. And maybe Lady Gaga's not that bad of a person. I don't know. Peace out.
Yes!